guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope this video finds you all very well. I'm super excited about today's video because today we are going to be doing a Halloween makeup look. I think this is my very first time creating a Halloween look here on my channel. I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm right. I don't know. Went ahead and changed my sports bra because I know that was gonna get really dirty once I started doing my makeup. And also I did change my mind. I am thinking about doing a witch slash skeleton type of look today. Don't know how that's gonna work out, but I have it in my head right now, so hopefully I can bring that to life for you guys. But anyways, let's get started. Also, I'm pretty sure this video is going to be a voiceover just because it does take me a long time to create looks like this. So for the sake of this video, I am just going to talk through because it does waste a little bit of less time to do that. So I'm excited. Let's get to transforming, y'all. First thing, I'm going to be using this TooFaced Hangover primer. This is going to create a barrier between all of the makeup that we're going to be adding to our skin today. So I'm just going to be gliding this all over my skin. Next, taking this pretty Vulgar black gel liner, I'm going to be using this to create that half face look. So I really wanted something that was going to be super pigmented and also was going to glide really easily onto my skin. So this one worked perfectly, and as you guys can see, I just created a line in between my face wherever I wanted to place it. So that is how it turned out. Now I am going to be flicking up the gel liner onto the other side, on both sides actually, just so it doesn't look like I just have one straight line coming through. It kind of just fades away into both sides of the makeup look that we're going to be creating. Next, I'm going to be using this white foundation from LAGirl Cosmetics. I'm going to be taking this and adding this all over the side where we are going to be creating that skeleton, dead vibe, half face look. So I'm just going to be covering the entire half face with this foundation. Going back in with that pretty Vulgar black gel liner, I'm going to be using this and adding this all over the entire hairline just so everything can look faded out. And of course, I did start creating the black eye now, which I didn't want it to look super circular, so I had to play around with it a little bit just so whenever I did look forward, it did look a little bit more mean and more mad, more scary, you know. So I think it turned out pretty well. Moving on to the lining that we're going to be doing on top and around the bottom eye area. Now you can call these veins that are coming out of the eye or tears. I don't really know. I feel like they look like both. You can call them whatever, but I'm just going to call them lines for now. At first, I was thinking about this too much and it was taking me forever, and then I got the hang of it and it was actually pretty easy to create. So if you guys are doing like a whole full face of this look, honestly, I don't think it will take you guys any more than 20 minutes for sure. So this was such a super simple, easy Halloween look. Now I am going to start creating the nose. This one was also pretty easy. I just went around the nose and then just created two little peaks on the bridge of my nose, and that created the skeleton-like nose. Next, taking this WetNWild black paint, I'm going to be outlining my entire jawline, covering all of that black, and then also my ears. Also going to bring down that lining all the way down my neck, and I'm also going to be grabbing a black shadow just to set everything and to deepen and darken all of the black from this look. Moving on now to the mouth, which was also very simple and easy to create. I started adding a line out from the ends of my mouth, and then I started shading in the very middle center of my lips just to make it look a little bit more scary, more eerie, and then I started shading them in to make it look not so perfect. And then I started adding some stitching as well just to make it look a little bit more, you know, scary looking or whatever. Not really scary, but you know, just wanted to add some stitching in there to add a little bit more detail to it. And next, I did start lining the lips as well, just doing the same detailing like we did with the eyes. And lastly, I'm just going to be shading in my entire half of my neck with some black paint that I had, and as well as darkening up the ears, just giving myself some finishing touches. Alright guys, so moving on to the which side of my face. As you guys can see here, I did already went ahead and completed the base. So I pretty much just went ahead and did my normal foundation makeup routine, and then with the eyebrows I just made them a little bit more thinner and more dark. But now I am going to be moving on to the eyes, and I'm just going to be grabbing some green eyeshadow from this Go Get Glitter palette, and I'm going to be creating a cut crease for this look. So I'm just going to be taking a few green shades to darken up the crease, and then we're going to get to cutting the crease here in a little bit. Moving on to the crease, I am going to be cutting it with this Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Sand. I am going to be cutting the crease all throughout, so I am going to be dragging this outward just a tad bit. Taking this light green shade, matte green shade, I'm going to be packing this on all over the entire crease that we just created. Now going in with some glitter. This one is from Golden Paradise. I'm going to be adding this right on the inner part of the crease that we created, all over the inner corner, and stopping halfway through the lid. Going in with this green eyeshadow pencil from WetNWild, I believe, as well. I'm just going to be adding this all over my waterline. And I'm also going to be taking a dark green from the Jaclyn Hill x Morphe palette, and I'm going to be smudging this all over the lower lash line as well. Now with a small flat brush, I'm going to be creating a lower type of wing look for the lower lash line. And I did do this in specific just so whenever we clean it up with some concealer like we are now, I can add a little bit of glitter in between those two. Now I'm going to be taking this the Balm liner. I believe it's called Swing, and I'm gonna be creating a liner for this look, of course. I mean, I just had to. It was a must for me. Why not? Going back in with the Go Get Glitter palette, I'm going to be taking both of these two green eyeshadows and really contouring my face with these. I'm also going to be taking the very deep green shadow from the Jaclyn Hill palette as well. Going in with a smaller brush, I'm really just going to deepen up that hairline and then also deepen up that contour as well. Moving on to lashes, I'm going to be taking these from Georgie's brushes. These were super long and dramatic, just what I needed. So I did cut these in half, and I did add a little chunk of the lash right on the outer corner just to create a super flared out look. And I'm also going to take a little chunk of that as well and adding a tiny bit of lash right on the lower lash line. Moving on to the final details of this look, I'm going to be creating kind of like a cross maybe. I don't really know what to call this. This was all like super last minute. So I added a little curved line, and then on the bottom, I'm creating a kind of like an upside down triangle, a really long one coming down the eye, kind of like a teardrop, if you will. And I'm also going to add a little bit of this white paint, and I'm gonna add a few dots coming down from what we just created. I am going to be taking these WetNWild jewels, and I'm going to be adding this little white pearl on the center of my forehead. And I'm also going to create some lettering, kind of like some voodoo lettering right on top of my eyebrow, just to add a little bit more of like witch vibes to this look. After creating the voodoo lettering, you guys, I did also create an upside down moon on top of my forehead. I don't really know what to call that, but I also felt like it was very witchy vibes. Next and lastly, I'm going to be using these two Colourpop markers that have stars and moons to them. I just added this pretty much all over my cheek area. I do regret adding so many, but what can you do? Other than that, that completes today's Halloween makeup tutorial, you guys. If you guys are interested in any of the products mentioned throughout this video, everything will be listed for you guys down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon in my next one. Bye, guys.